God forbid something happens to your kid, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Indian, whatever race. The only thing that you would hope for is that that person or persons that did it to your, this horrible act to your child or your loved one, is that they go to trial. And that's all that Trayvon's mom and father is asked, is that can the person that killed my son, who didn't have a gun, who's 17 years old, can he have a trial?
How far have we come?
When we hear about a black kid being killed, the needle almost doesn't move anymore. So we accept it. When I spoke at Trayvon Martin's event a few months ago, I said, we have to not be so used to our black children dying.
How can we actually get rid of some of the bad apples out there, some of the folks who would perpetuate the sorts of things that may have happened to Trayvon, we haven't seen the case yet, it may have happened to Trayvon, without alienating and causing a deeper rift between the races?
But that's just it. We have to stop infantilizing white people. We have to stop assuming that they're so naive and immature and incapable of complex reasoning that we can't tell them, look, you may not be racist, but you still need to be accountable for your racial biases. You may not be a bad person, but you are still complicit in white supremacy. We have to be able to have that complex conversation with them without thinking that, oh my God, if we challenge white people to be better, if we challenge white people to have a more noble purpose when it comes to race relations, that they'll be so alienated that there's a racial rift. No, we have to expect more from them. And then we have to expect more from ourselves. We have to assume that we as black people are capable of challenging ourselves, of asking tough questions, of making more responsible decisions without conceding that the racists are okay, that the racists have it right. We can do both.
How much of this case is about race?
Well, I think unfortunately, whenever you have a victim of one color or race and a defendant of another color or race, and I know Zimmerman, our perception of Zimmerman has shifted. Initially, we thought he was Caucasian, now we hear he's Latino or Hispanic. Anytime you have that differentiation, it's about race. I mean, think back to Los Angeles, and we think back to Rodney King and the horrific result out of that. We want something more positive and more healing. So yes, it is about race, but I don't think a single criminal case is what we need at this moment in time. I do think that this can take us in the direction, as I've suggested, through talking about the stand your ground laws, the conversation about the incarceration of black men, the profiling of black men in our neighborhoods and communities. All of those are healthy conversations that can come out of this trial and some positive healing that can come out